So they finally did it. Hilton and Amex made changes to their personal cards, increasing the annual fee as well as changing up some of the credits and design. What is good, fam? I am JP Buffett, and in this video, we'll be talking about the updated Hilton credit card changes from American Express. So we knew this was going to happen for a while, and I got to give a shout to Matt Carlson, who I saw this from. First, I saw his short, so big ups to you, bro. But yeah, for everyone who is in the credit card and points and travel sphere, Hilton and Amex have been making this move for a while, changing up this credit card line. Now, there have been many surveys that have been sent out, as well as different murmurs that have been happening around different corners of the space. But with all that said and done, we did not know exactly what was going to happen. Now, I must say, when you look at it on the surface, I think they got a lot of things wrong. But at the same time, I think they got a lot of it right. Now, I am not a fan of Hilton at all, by any stretch of the imagination, but I have to give credit where credit is due when it comes to keeping your customers happy. Well, mostly. So before the changes, Hilton had 3 personal credit cards with American Express. That was the Hilton Aspire, the Hilton Surpass, and the Hilton card, which doesn't have a name, but people usually call it the Hilton no annual fee card, because it obviously has no annual fee. Anyways, the annual fee cards are the Aspire and the Surpass, having a $450 and $95 annual fee respectively. And they both had, pretty good number of credits that can offset this annual fee if you are able to use them. The Surpass had Priority Pass, benefit that was 10 complimentary passes, and the Aspire had a $250 airline incidental credit and a $250 resort credit. Both of them can be used all at once. But these things might be gone now, and there are changes happening with the car. So the question I ask in this video, given the changes, my first opinion, is it worth it? So my answer to this question is a resounding maybe. I know this leaves a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth, but my first impressions of the card were kind of a shrug, but also a nod to given what has happened with the Delta cards as of late in the Delta program. I get it. I know people didn't like that, but let me explain these cards. Now, the first thing that jumped out to me when I was looking at these cards was that there was no priority pass on either the Aspire nor the Surpass. Now, I want to check twice just to make sure that I was not crazy, but it looks like priority pass is actually gone from these cards. Now, this information is hot off the presses, so I'm not sure if they're going to make any tweaks to the cards in the future, but as of right now, it seems like they're going away from giving everybody in their Aunt Connie, shout out to Luke's Points and Miles, a priority pass. Now, overall, when I think about this, it's actually a good thing. It gives the card a bit more variety, and it helps with the overcrowding that has been reported in many of these terminals, many of these lounges. Now, in terms of the pass, I think they did a pretty good job refreshing the card. Now, the annual fee has jumped up to $150, and instead of the priority pass, you're now getting a $200 credit in $200 Hilton credit that can be used at Hilton hotels, and this is basically covering the entire annual fee. So, but the problem with this is, again, in true Amex fashion, they had to break it up into $50 credits. But if you actually stay at Hilton's office, which is, the main reason you want to get this card, I don't think it's a negative. You still get gold status on top of that, and also you get National Car Rental Emerald Executive status. Now, I actually don't use National, but this might be a reason for people to switch who actually have this card. And on top of that, the gold status still comes with a bottle of water. There's actually a shift in the multipliers. You still get the 12x on Hilton hotels, you still get the 6x on restaurants, groceries, and gas, but now there is a 4x on US online retail purchases. I'm not sure if this was there before, I do not believe it was, but you get this 4x. For anyone who is unsure of what the value of this is, it actually fluctuates depending on your redemption. Now, many sites have the redemption being around 0.6 cents per point. So if you were taking that and looking at a cash back value, you're getting about 7.2 cents cash back. But remember, like I said before, these numbers do fluctuate depending on your redemption. And also, real quick, if you are enjoying this video and you enjoy videos related to points and travel, show the subscribe button some love. Do not hit it just click it. So yeah, this can actually be great with a site like Rakuten. Now, I know everybody talks about this, but you are getting the cash back plus the 4X from this Hilton card. And if you have membership rewards earning card, like for example, the American Express Green, you can actually earn membership rewards in place of cash back. Now, if you want to know more about this, there's a referral link in the description below if you're interested. But yeah, that moves me on to the Aspire. This is one that I think everybody was really interested in talking about. Now, the Hilton Aspire has been touted as the S tier or top tier hotel card, and you know, everybody in niche YouTube sings its praises, and for good reason. This card is pretty good overall. The credits offset the annual fee, and they were pretty easy to use. Now, I'll be the first to say that my wallet does not care about effective annual fees, but still it is something that you can get, and nonetheless it does allow you to recoup that annual fee. Now, with the changes, they're going from a annual fee of $450 up to an annual fee of $550. That is an uptick of $100. Though they still keep the things that people loved about the card. You still get the 14X on Hilton hotels, you get 7X on select travel booked through the airlines or through amextravel.com, and you get 7X on dining and 3X everywhere else. You also still get the complimentary diamond status, which is Hilton's highest status. Plus, on top of that, you're still getting the free night award. So all of these things are good, though I still do not like that you have to call into Hilton when you want to use that free night award. I wish they would have it on the website, but that is neither here nor there. While these, when you think about this, what are the changes that are happening? You don't get the priority pass anymore, and the $250 airline incidental credit is now decreased to $200 and is broken up to $50 per quarter. Again, in true Amex fashion. But I think you can actually use it on flights. I'm not sure about that, but if that's the case, that would actually be pretty great for flights. Also, instead of $250 resort credit, the card now comes with a $400 resort credit. Again, this is broken up into $200 semi-annual credits. Now, while this might be annoying, I have to argue, like I argued before, that this is a good thing if you prefer Hilton's anyways. And if you're going to travel, which you should be using this card for, this is a travel credit that you can get the full value from, the full $400 value from. You just have to make sure that you're using it at a Hilton resort and not some regular Hilton property. They also added a $189 clear credit, which kind of had me rolling my eyes because you actually get that on the Amex Plat or the Amex Green, making these credits overlap if you have both cards. With all of that being said, you can still get full advantage of the resort credit and still use the free night or even the subpar flight credit. You'll be coming out ahead on the annual fee. When we look at this card on the surface, I think Hilton and Amex did a pretty banger job on these cards. And as of now, the Hilton business card, the card which I own, is still unchanged. So we'll see what happens with that. And now, while some of these changes might be pretty unpopular, I think they were well measured, and honestly, they're probably helping people who actually wanted to take Hilton and allow them to use their card more. The only thing that I'm not 100% on board with is that hideous new design they have for that car. I mean, look at it. It looks disgusting. The old designs were more uniform and they were nice. They had a nice color scheme on them. But now, I am biased. I love me a good rose gold and dark orchid color pattern. But, or to put it simply, a pink and purple pattern. But that is not the end of the world. And honestly, I kind of think the no annual fee card got the short end of the stick. It looks hideous in both of them. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this content, you might enjoy this video next. And until next time, peace.